Hi, welcome to my Scrappin space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And I'm here to share with you one of the alternate cards I made for the April 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit Inked Occasions. Oh, and I still have the card in the plastic. Let's get rid of that. I keep it in plastic for class, so it keeps inky fingers off of it. So Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription kit, and you get a kit each month with and the projects are different each month. In April, there were three different card designs, three of each card. And I am taking the card base from this card, and I'm going to make a totally different card with it. So from the kit, I used this piece. Into it, I added, and this is all in the Scrappin with Joni blog, but I added 3 pieces of cardstock plus a white piece to stamp whatever you want on the inside. And then my sentiment here, I grabbed, it doesn't come in the plastic case. I keep mine in a case just to keep things together. A set of Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. I pulled out for class the ones on a black background because I liked how it looked, and I'll show you how I'm going to use those when I get there. Let's start with what we're going to first do to this piece. We're going to cut it down. I'm going to grab my paper cutter, and we're going to cut this to 3 3/4 by 5. Again, those numbers are on my blog. So 3 3/4. I'm going to begin by cutting that smaller one, and that's the width. So it's this space going this way. I'm going to line it up at 3 3/4 on my paper cutter, making sure it's tight against the top, like I'm pushing it. And then I'm going to take my paper trimmers, and I'm also going to push up. So my hand's pushing it up, and the trimmer's pushing it up. That means it's going to stay in place. And I could use this to do another card with this side. And then I want it to be 5 inches. And I can decide, like, there seems to be less white here than here, and let's get rid of that white. So we're going to go by 5 this way. Really, it doesn't matter. And I have a little strip left, and people in my class are so good. Like, I know some of them would keep that piece and put it on the inside or do something else with it, and I may do that too. We'll set that aside. I want to show you, because we're still going to use the paper cutter. Can you see here that I have texture on the front of this that I've added to the card? I'm looking to, there you go. I want to show you how easy that is to do. This is just a grid I made with my scoring blade. The Stampin' Up paper cutter has 2 blades. The dark one is for cutting. We're going to push that to the top and keep it out of the way. The next is the lighter gray one. That's the scoring one. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take this, and we're going to draw a scoring line, meaning it's not going to go through. It's just going to, if you were folding, it'd be your fold line. This is just adding some interest. And we're going to do it from the back because we want it to we want to see that line from the front. And it doesn't matter whether I start this way or this way. I'm going to mark it every 1 inch. So at the first inch mark, I'm going to go back and forth like that. And can you see, I now have, my lighting here is not the best. I now have that line, okay? Then, so this was 1 inch. Here's 2 inches. Here's 3 inches. Now, I may be going back and forth, but I'm not pushing real hard. If you push too hard with your scoring blade, you may end up like cutting through, and that's not the look we're going for. And then 4 inches. There we go. And then I'm out. I have that. Now I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to go 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and then we're going to be out of room. By the time we get to 4, there's nothing left to score. And that's all there is. Now, some of you may have a scoring, another scoring tool. Anything will work. I just want to show you. Here's the paper before. Here it is with the scored images. And again, my light leaves a lot to be desired, but it really just adds a simple thing to a card. So then we're going to mat it, and I'm matting it in fresh freesia, but you could pick any color out of here and take 2 shades of it and do that. I'm just focusing on the purple. I'm going to attach it using a tape runner, but again, any adhesive you want would work on it. So I love our Seal Plus tape runner, but I think it really depends what you're most comfortable with. You're going to be most successful with what you're comfortable using. And that's going to go here. Then this is a standard mat, 4 by 5 1/4. Again, numbers will be on my blog. And we're going to attach it again, like so. Folks, we're almost done with this card. This is how easy it is. I'm going to fold my standard card base in half, and this is Gorgeous Grape. And remember, this is a Stampin' Up kit. So you can look on the back and see which colors coordinate with the kit. So you don't have to spend, I'd rather spend my time creating than thinking, is this the right color? Do I match this? This works. And then we're going to attach this. And that's going to go on here. We have a card front done. Check that out. Now, let's get back to these. They're called ephemera. We have a variety of ephemera packs in the kit, and it's little bits and pieces. So, for example, this sheet says, to the grad, congratulations. There's a Halloween, a New Year's, a birthday, a St. Patrick's Day. Oh, sweet baby. Hello. Oh, happy day. You did it. Sending hugs. Thinking of you. Best wishes. Sorry. Hey. I'm in need of thank you, so I'm going to use another thank you. But you could do, really, whatever you need. There's a great variety on here. And I want to show you on this card. I did it this way, but do you notice there's not a design on the card that says, oh, you have to put it somewhere here or somewhere there. So I could pop it right here or right over here. And this is why I matted it in black. I knew I was going to use a black sentiment, and that kind of pulls it all together. I don't know, though. I kind of like it right here, partly because it takes care of covering up some of that white. So I think I'll keep it just like I did before. Now, your kit came with dimensionals. And we're just going to put one in each corner. And remember, the kit also came with those beautiful envelopes. And because you've cut up a card base, you have an envelope that you could use with it. And we're going to put this right here. Now, of course, you could add bling or do whatever else you want. But when you're ready to send it. Now, I don't attach my insert, especially for a thank you, until I've written it. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I mess it up, and this way I could turn it over. And remember that little scrap we cut off right here? You know, I always like to add something to the inside. Let me show you how I would do this. This has a lot of white, which I don't think is going to add anything to my card, so this is what I would do. I'm going to just snip it, but I'm not going to go straight across. I'm just going to start here and end somewhere up there. And then I'm probably just going to attach it right there. And I brought something from the front of the card to the inside. Let me show you how easy that would be. It just needs a little bit of adhesive. And I'd probably let a little bit of the white of the card show. Or you could do it over here. I don't know why. I'm thinking it needs to go here. But here's what else you could do. You could put it right here. It's your card. You get to decide. And then when I've written my thank you, it's going to go right in there. Look what that little, just that little scrap of paper does for the inside of there. I've written my thank you, and I have a beautiful envelope for it, ready to go in the mail. Seriously, how easy was that alternate card? And again, you could get 2 card fronts out of 1 card base because we just used one side. That's all there is to it, folks. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. If you liked what you saw, please share it with your crafty friends. Until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.